There goes Duke on their first dance with Calabogie Motorsports Park full. Every bend, every straight is a chance to learn, to adapt.
Yep, and it's about syncing with the car too, making sure everything's in harmony. It's like tuning an instrument before a big concert.
And off goes Yu, easing into the rhythm of Calabogie Motorsports Park full. This lap is like the first sip of your morning coffee, waking up the sensors, priming the engines.
Yeah, it's about syncing up with the machine, getting that perfect harmony between driver and car. It's like a prelude to a symphony that's about to unfold on the track.
And there's Duke, easing out onto Calabogie Motorsports Park full. It's like the first step on a long hike, finding your footing before you hit full stride.
Right, and every racer knows this out lap is precious. It's their first handshake with the track today, feeling out its mood and temperament.
Yu is out there, taking it slow and steady on the outlap. This lap is like the calm before the storm, a moment of zen before pushing the limits.
That's right, it's about understanding the track's personality today. Each day, each lap can tell a different story, especially at a track like Calabogie Motorsports Park full.
Mate, sometimes I reckon the pit wall looks like they're controlling a spaceship with all those dials and knobs.
You're not wrong. Each of those adjustments, from brake bias to differential settings, has a profound effect on car behavior. It's like tuning a guitar, but instead of strings, you're tweaking mechanical symphonies to get the car singing just right on the track.
Hey Hal, you reckon these drivers ever get tired of going round and round during practice?
Well, Rob, repetition is the key. Every lap gives you data, insights, and an edge over the competition.
Look, it smells like we taking it nice and easy, a smart move. Like a chess player contemplating the opening move, they're planning several steps ahead.
Spot on. They're mentally mapping each corner, each straight. It's not just about the car, it's about strategy and foresight.
Duke is rolling out for the first sniff of the track. It's all about feeling the car, the tarmac, and getting the mind in the zone.
Absolutely, Rob. The out lap is like the opening chapter of a book. Sets the tone for the whole story. They'll be checking how the car's responding, getting a real feel for the conditions today at Calabogie Motorsports Park full.
Joe U's on the outlap, getting a taste of the tarmac. It's like sniffing the cork before a good wine. First impressions matter.
Exactly. They're assessing the grip, the balance, the whole shebang. You can learn a lot in these quiet moments before the throttle really opens up.
There's no mucking around for Chris Ilduca Euro, straight down to business on this first flyer. They'll be keen to see what times they can clock in early on.
Yeah, and it's not just about speed. It's about rhythm, finding that flow around Calabogie Motorsports Park full. Getting into that groove early can set the pace for the whole session.
There smells like weed, gently nudging the beast as they head out. The outlap is where you whisper to the car, "Let's dance," before the real party starts.
You got that right. It's a gentle waltz before the full-on rock concert of the race. They're testing the waters, getting a feel for every bend and straight of Calabogie Motorsports Park full.
There goes Megasaurus 55, on their first dance with Calabogie Motorsports Park full. Every bend, every straight is a chance to learn, to adapt.
Yep, and it's about syncing with the car too. Making sure everything's in harmony. It's like tuning an instrument before a big concert.
You ever think about what's ticking inside a driver's noggin during these laps?
All the time. It's a mix of analyzing, strategizing, and adapting. Every corner, every straight is a puzzle, and they're trying to solve it at full speed.
Let's talk rubber. Tire pressures ain't just about pumping them up and hitting the road. It's like a fine art.
Couldn't have said it better. Tire pressures can dramatically impact the contact patch, the actual bit of tire touching the tarmac. Too high and you lose temperature and grip, too low, and you risk overheating, uneven wear or even a blowout. Each tire will have its own sweet spot where they grip best.
And there smells like we, easing out onto Calabogie Motorsports Park full. It's like the first step on a long hike, finding your footing before you hit full stride.
Right, and every racer knows this outlap is precious. It's their first handshake with the track today, feeling out its mood and temperament.
And away goes Chris Ilduca, charging down wicked like a bull at a gate. This lap's where they set the tone for the session.
Indeed, Rob, it's about laying down a marker, seeing how the car responds when they dial everything up to 11. They're testing the waters, but also setting their own benchmarks.
And off goes Megasaurus 55, easing into the rhythm of Calabogie Motorsports Park full. This lap is like the first sip of your morning coffee, waking up the sensors, priming the engines.
Yeah, it's about syncing up with the machine, getting that perfect harmony between driver and car. It's like a prelude to a symphony that's about to unfold on the track.
Rob Keane is on the outlap, not just warming up the tyres, but also warming up their instincts, getting that racer's intuition dialed in.
True that. They're getting the feel of the track, the car, the conditions. It's all about setting the stage for what's to come.
Watch as Megasaurus 55 takes it nice and easy on this outlap. It's not just about warming up the tyres, it's about getting into that mental pit lane, tuning into the race mindset.
For sure, Rob, they're calibrating everything in Euro. The brakes, the steering, the throttle response. It's a crucial part of laying down the groundwork for a successful practice session.
Smells Like We is not hanging about, straight into the thick of it on this first flying lap. They're getting a real taste of the radical State Route 3's capabilities.
Absolutely. It's about understanding the limits early on. You'll see them experimenting with braking points and turn-in speeds, all while keeping an eye on those tire temps.
Chris Duke is getting to grips with the radical State Route 3 in this practice session. These practices, mate, they're like a kangaroo finding its best hop. Once you've got it, you're unstoppable.
Couldn't have put it better. Finding the perfect launch is all about repetition and adjustments.
Chris Duke's first flyer is a solid start, clocking in at 3:44.402. They're getting a feel for the track, but there's room to shave off a few more seconds.
Absolutely, Rob. It's all about finding those little tweaks, adjusting the line here, braking a tad later there. Every lap is a learning curve.
Megasaurus 55 is really opening up the taps now, their first flyer of the session. This is where we start to see what radical State Route 3 has got under the hood.
That's right, Rob. They're shaking off the cobwebs and really starting to push. It's all about finding that sweet spot between speed and control on the circuit.
Chris Duke posted at 3:44.402 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? look at Megasaurus 55 go. They're really giving it some jandle now. The first flyer is always a bit of a reconnaissance mission, a mix of caution and raw pace.
You bet, Rob. They're mapping out the track, feeling out the grip levels, and getting a sense of how the car's performing today. It's a crucial lap for building confidence.
Calabogie is on their first practice flying lap. Puppy Dog from Hell crosses the line with their first flyer, clocking a 2:04.181. They're getting to grips with Calabogie Motorsports Park full, feeling out its quirks and corners.
It's like the first round of a chess match, Rob. They're making their opening moves, setting up for the later, faster laps where they'll really show their hand.
There's no mucking around for Calabogie, straight down to business on this first flyer. They'll be keen to see what times they can clock in early on.
Yeah, and it's not just about speed. It's about rhythm, finding that flow around Calabogie Motorsports Park full. Getting into that groove early can set the pace for the whole session.
Now, here's a term some might not be familiar with: roll bar stiffness. Sounds technical, doesn't it?
It does, but in essence, it's about how the car reacts to lateral forces, especially during cornering. Adjusting the roll bar can change how the car behaves mid-corner. A softer setting can be more forgiving, but a stiffer one might give the driver a quicker response, albeit with less margin for error.
There's the first flying lap for Puppy Dog from Hell, hitting 3:03.040. It's a start, but they'll be looking to iron out those kinks as they get more laps under their belt.
Right on, Rob. It's early in the session, so there's plenty of time to experiment and find those extra tenths of a second.
Alright, smells like we has put down a 158.943. It's a decent benchmark, but I reckon there's more juice to squeeze out of that radical State Route 3.
For sure, Rob. It's early days. They're just starting to sync up with the track. We'll likely see those times tumble as they dial in.
Let's get this qualifying session underway here at Calabogie Motorsports Park full. Smells like we is on their outlap.
This is the moment they've been preparing for. Let's see if they can execute.
It's a masterclass from Chris Ilduke in this qualification session. They have stamped their authority on the track, setting the pace and currently leading the pack. It's an outstanding performance, and they are making their intentions clear for the race ahead. Smells like we has positioned themselves well in third during qualifying. The The challenge now is to assess their competitors and strategize how to move up the order for a better race start. An outstanding display from Duke in this qualification session. They have been on fire, putting in blistering lap times and currently sitting at the top of the leaderboard. It's a statement performance, showcasing their speed and determination.
I couldn't agree more, Rob. Chris Duck is displaying an exceptional level of skill and confidence. They are in a class of their own and have taken control of this qualification session.
Impressive work from Megasaurus 55, who has claimed second on the grid. Now, the focus is on maintaining their composure and pushing for an even better starting position. It's an impressive showing. Duke has completed their outlap. Currently in second, Smells Like We has displayed promising speed during the qualifying session. The real test lies in whether they can convert this performance into a higher grid position. Smells Like We has completed their outlap. There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. Yu has completed their outlap. There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. Yu has put in a great effort and currently holds fifth. With the session winding down, can they unleash their full potential and improve their starting position?
Couldn't agree more, Rob. Yu has positioned themselves impressively in fifth. Now, they need to build on this foundation and strive for an even better race result.
Zhou Yu has completed their outlap. A solid performance from Smells Like We as they currently hold position 2. However, with the session coming to a close, they'll need to find that extra bit of speed if they want to move up the grid.
You hit the nail on the head, Rob. Smells Like We's current position of second is a testament to their skill and determination. Now, they must stay sharp to make the most of this opportunity.
Smells Like We has just completed that lap in 1:58.554. Their best lap so far is 1:58.554, putting them in P1. Will they be able to hold on to that spot? Zhou Yu has secured a respectable fourth in the qualifying session. Zhou Yu has just completed a lap in 2:06.167. Let's see if they can improve on that time further. And there goes Rob, currently in position 2. They've shown great skill and consistency so far, but with a few minutes left, there's still time to improve their result.
I completely agree, Rob has positioned themselves impressively in second. However, it's crucial for them to keep pushing to potentially improve their starting position.
A solid qualifying performance by Zhou Yu, positioning them in 5th at the moment. The question now is whether they can make further progress and challenge the frontrunners. Zhou Yu has completed their first flying lap in 2:05.616. Incredible drive by Keen so far, earning them second on the grid. However, the competition is fierce. Will they be able to find that extra edge to move up?
You're spot on, Rob Always Keen's current position of second is a testament to their skills and determination. Now, they face the challenge of maintaining their position against hungry rivals.
Looks like Rob is making a statement, securing a spot in first.
Yep, Rob, but there's always room for improvement. Smooth, Consistent laps might just be the key to climbing even higher before this session wraps up. Every fraction of a second counts. I am sure they can find a little extra in there.
Zhou Yu has positioned themselves well in 5th during qualifying. The challenge now is to assess their competitors and strategize how to move up the order for a better race start.
Absolutely, Rob. Jorg Yu has shown great potential to secure 5th. It's now a matter of channeling that momentum into a strong performance during the race.
What a performance from Smells Like We will be happy having put themselves into 2nd in this qualifying session. It's an impressive showing by Zhou Yu, currently in 5th. They've showcased their talent, but will they be able to find those crucial extra tenths of a second to climb higher?
Spot on analysis, Rob. Jorg Yu has positioned themselves well in 5th. It's now crucial for them to maintain their focus and defend their position in the upcoming race.
Impressive work from Smells Like We, who has claimed 2nd on the grid. Now, the focus is on maintaining their composure and pushing for an even better starting position.
Great analysis, Rob. Smells Like We has shown excellent pace to secure 2nd. Now, the focus shifts to whether they can use their track position to their advantage in the race.
It's a stellar performance from Smells Like We, clinching 2nd.
They're in a great spot, Rob, but in qualifying, complacency can be your worst enemy. They need to keep pushing the limits while staying cool under pressure. It may be difficult for them to improve further on that. Sometimes trying too hard makes you slower. They need to drive smooth and smart.
Zhou Yu has put in a great effort and currently holds 5th. With the session winding down, can they unleash their full potential and improve their starting position? Currently in 2nd, Smells Like We has displayed promising speed during the qualifying session. The real test lies in whether they can convert this performance into a higher grid position.
You hit the nail on the head, Rob. Smells Like We's current position of 2nd is a testament to their skill and determination. Now, they must stay sharp to make the most of this opportunity.
With Smells Like We now sitting pretty in 2nd, they have got to be feeling good.
True, but in the world of racing, good isn't always good enough. They've got to keep their eye on the prize and aim for perfection on every turn. Every fraction of a second counts. I am sure they can find a little extra in there.
Joerg Yu has secured a respectable 5th in the qualifying session. Can they capitalize on this position and use it as a launching pad for a stronger race performance? Impressive display by Calabogie, currently sitting in position 6. They've set a competitive time, but the question remains whether they can push even harder to secure a better starting position.
Couldn't agree more, Rob. Chris Duck has positioned themselves impressively in 6th. Now, they need to build on this foundation and strive for an even better race result.
Incredible drive by Megasaurus 55 so far, earning them 3rd on the grid. However, the competition is fierce. There's a real buzz in the air as Megasaurus 55 secures 3rd.
Right you are, Rob. They've put themselves in a solid spot, but they can't let up now. Staying smooth and focused is key to shaving off those extra fractions.
Joerg Yu has positioned themselves well in 5th during qualifying. Joerg Yu has just completed that lap in 5:47.984. Their best lap so far is 2:06.167, putting them in P5. Will they be able to hold on to that spot? There's a little bit of wind in the air today here at Calabogie Motorsports Park Full, as we're getting ready to get things underway. Starting from pole position is the perfect place for Rob Keane to launch an attack.
But they can't let that advantage go to waste. They will need to stay focused and keep their eyes on the prize.
It smells like we, sitting comfortably in 2nd. Megasaurus 55 is holding down the fort in 3rd place.
I think we are all looking forward to seeing what Megasaurus 55 can do from here.
The 4th position belongs to Puppy Dog from Hell.
I'm sure Puppy Dog from Hell will be expecting to bring home solid points from here.
Joerg Yu is placed in 5th.
Joerg Yu will be taking no prisoners today.
As the engines roar to life, Calabogie prepares to take off from the 6th position on the starting grid. flag drops, and the race is underway. Drivers now face the challenge of avoiding first lap calamities.
Avoiding fender benders while gunning for the front? That's the name of the game right now.
There's some intense battling throughout the field as everyone is looking to get off to a good start.
A good old-fashioned southern standoff, that's what Keen's doing. Holding their ground, and sometimes that's the best strategy in the early laps.
As we watch the drivers fight it out in the first lap, I can already feel that this is going to be an epic race. Now, isn't that a sight? Chris Duke hanging tight at 6. Maybe they're waiting for everyone else to make their move. Smart as a whip, that one. The tension is palpable here. No one will want to make a crucial mistake on the first lap. As the drivers get this race underway, let me give a shout out to the admin team at AssettoCorsaFriends for making this all possible. Heroes one and all. So Joe Hughes decided to play it cool, eh? Holding on to 5 like a croc with a juicy steak. Just sizing up the competition, I reckon.
Well, butter my cornbread. Jorg Hughes playing it cool and steady. Maybe they're just enjoying the beautiful Calabogie Motorsports Park here at Calabogie Motorsports Park full. Can't blame them.
Oof, if Smells Like We was a kangaroo, they'd be roadkill by now. Come on, mate, put some pep in that step.
It's a nail-biting race for sure, with both drivers showing incredible skill and determination. But Megasaurus 55 is not going to give up their position easily. This is going to be a battle to the very end, with Smells Like We and P2 doing everything they can to catch up.
Oh, we've got trouble here. Puppy Dog from Hell is coming up fast on Joe Hughes, but it looks like they're going too fast to make that maneuver. A setback for Puppy Dog from Hell, who has just been passed.
Well, change is the only constant, and in this dance, Puppy Dog from Hell is certainly keeping us on our toes with that position shift.
Looks like Smells Like We's strategy might just be to let the rest of them die of old age. It's a waiting game now.
Sweet mercy, Smells Like We's lagging like my grandma's old computer. Might be time to reboot, or at least pour some coffee into the gas tank.
Stone the Crows. Smells Like We's managed to trim that gap with Megasaurus 55, eh? Must be the slipstream effect on this straight. Or maybe they've put down that beer.
This is where the pressure really starts to build. Both drivers will need to stay calm and focused if they want to come out on top.
This is where the skill and precision of the drivers really comes into play. Joe Hughes is chasing Keen in P4. Oh, mate, that's how I used to drive after a couple of bevies at the pub. Not the right line, but definitely entertaining. This race has turned into a game of cat and mouse. Smells Like We is the predator, with Megasaurus 55 firmly in their sights. Looks like that's a mistake from Puppy Dog from Hell. This could be costly. This is a thrilling battle as Smells Like We edges closer to Megasaurus 55 in their fight for P1.
The roaring engines are echoing Smells Like We's battle cry. Megasaurus 55, can you hear the thunder?
Well, I'll be a monkey's Uncle Hal, but Smells Like We's plans have gone walkabout right now. They're having a proper Barry Crocker keeping up with Megasaurus 55. How do racing drivers, like yourself back in the day, train themselves to maintain concentration for long periods of time?
Mental training is a huge part of a driver's preparation, Rob. Techniques like meditation, visualization, and working with sports psychologists can help drivers build their focus and mental endurance for a race.
This chase is as intense as a cricket match during the Ashes.
Cricket? I thought that was just a noisy bug. But seriously, it's like Game 7 of the World Series here.
The race has its rhythm, and right now, Rob Always Keen is dancing to its beat at fourth. Rob's ripping it up out there, going harder than a roux on a trampoline and leaving Joe Ergue in their wake. Braking development, blimey, smells like we's just thrown another shrimp on the barbie of mishaps. This one's burnt.
Well, butter my biscuit. Smells like we took a trip to the weeds. Must have thought they were at a barn dance the way they spun around.
Remember when Smells Like We was on the pace? Neither do I kinda like my recollection of last Friday night.
Oh, for sure. It's like watching a cooking show where Smells Like We is trying to whip up a winning dish, but Megasaurus 55 keeps hiding the main ingredient.
Watching Puppy Dog from Hell try to close that gap on Joe Ergue is like watching someone try to catch an ice cream truck on foot. Hope they've got good shoes. Puppy Dog from Hell's on the back foot here, struggling to keep up with Joe Ergue like a dingo after a roadrunner. Looks like Smells Like We is chasing Megasaurus 55 harder than a croc chasing a tourist who's lost their thongs. It's a bit of a long shot, but we all remember that one time at the pub, right?
My mama used to say, you can't shine if you don't try. Guess Smells Like We missed that lesson. Just like my pie making class.
Smells Like We is pushing hard and has reduced the gap to Megasaurus 55 to 1.0 seconds. I've made some questionable life decisions, but trailing over 2 seconds behind? Even I'm not that self-sabotaging. Tyre degradation's a right pain in the ass, but Rob's handling it like a champ. Getting real up close and personal with Chris Duke, aren't they? Look at that, Smells Like We is hot on the tail of Megasaurus 55. Mate, Smells Like We's creeping up on Megasaurus 55 like a dingo on a picnic. Must have tweaked that brake bias a touch to the rear.
This is what racing is all about. It's anyone's game at this point. Who will come out on top?
Well, it doesn't look like Rob is going to be much of a threat to anyone soon, let alone Chris Duke.
Hold your horses there. Races can flip like pancakes on a Sunday morning. Rob's just got to keep the fire burning and the rubber turning.
Reminds me of two wombats fighting for the best burrow. Close, intense, and unpredictable.
Oh, this is gripping. With every lap, Smells Like We's drawing closer to that lead spot. They're both battling tire to tire.
If I were the leader, I'd be checking my mirrors every blink of an eye. Hold on to your hats, folks. Rob Always Keen is right on the heels of Chris Duke, and we're in for a wild ride.
That's right. Keen is determined to pass Chris Duke and secure a higher position.
So, when you were racing, ever have to do the old nature call dash during a red flag?
Haha. You mean a pit stop for the driver and not the car? Once or twice, you learn to time your drinks, and hope for a long caution. Doesn't always work out though.
Hollywood couldn't script this better. Smells Like Wee's shadowing Megasaurus 55, waiting for the slightest misstep.
Every twist, every turn, it's like a tango at 200 miles per hour. Who'll take the lead?
The adrenaline is pumping as Keane gets within striking distance of Chris Duke in their race for third. Rob Keane is trying their best, but can't seem to find the pace to keep up with Chris Duke at the moment. You ever ponder how these drivers manage the heat, especially in that tight cockpit? It's hotter than a ruse pouch in midday sun.
Ruse what? I mean, yeah, it's gotta be like driving in Arizona with the heater on, right?
Puppy Dog from Hell appears to be trying to find a way around Joe Ergue that could make a move on them in Rocky Road. Hold your breath, folks. Puppy Dog from Hell is sandwiched between two relentless competitors, 0.1 seconds behind and Joe Ergue 0.2 seconds ahead. They're fighting tooth and nail for every position. The chase music's playing in Smells Like Wee's head as they reel in Megasaurus 55, moment by nail-biting moment.
The gap between them is now just over 0.6 seconds. Who will come out on top?
Alright, hold your horses. Puppy Dog from Hell is really putting the heat on Joe Ergue. If I were Joe Ergue, I'd be checking those mirrors non-stop.
I remember being in a similar situation during my racing days. Puppy Dog from Hell must stay focused and wait for the perfect opportunity to overtake.
It's a challenging situation for Puppy Dog from Hell. They're sandwiched between their fierce competitors, 0.1 seconds away and Joe Ergue 0.2 seconds ahead. They'll need to stay sharp and find an opportunity to make a move. You know, Hal, it's been a relatively quiet race so far.
That's right, Rob. The drivers seem to be pacing themselves and waiting for the right moment to make their move. It's like watching a slow dance.
The race is really heating up. Smells Like Wee is hunting down Megasaurus 55 with everything they've got.
It's hotter than a jalapeno out here. If Smells Like Wee gets any closer to Megasaurus 55, we're gonna need to put this stream on OnlyFans.
Smells Like Wee's falling behind Megasaurus 55 at a rate of knots. They're going to need some serious pedal power to close the gap. It's like watching a cheetah chase its prey. Rob Always Keen's got Chris Duke in their crosshairs.
Dang, Rob Always Keen's chasing Chris Duck like a Southern belle after a gentleman with a fat wallet. This is racier than a late-night movie marathon.
Someone's revved up after lunch. Rob's blitzed ahead, claiming third. Fair dinkum, I reckon Puppy Dog from Hell's got that thirsty look in his eyes. Wants to share a cold one with Joe Ergue in the front. Now that's how it's done. Puppy Dog from Hell rips through the track, while Joe Ergue watches the tail lights fade.
Someone better check if Puppy Dog from Hell's been drinking those energy drinks, as it seems like they got wings.
The tension is thick enough to cut with a knife. Joe Ergue's inching ever closer to Puppy Dog from Hell.
This is where every inch counts. Your Ergue is pushing hard to close the gap on Puppy Dog from Hell. Absolutely, precision and control are key here. Knowing when to push and when to hold back can be the difference between winning and losing.
Looks like we've had a few incidents out there.
Someone forgot to take their driving lessons. They're making more U-turns than a confused tourist.
Hilarious. I think they might need to call their GPS for directions. Maybe it can help them navigate the track. Smells like Wee is on a mission, chasing Megasaurus 55, who's desperately trying to stay ahead.
Will Smells Like Wee be able to make a move and pass Megasaurus 55?
Smells like Wee needs to get more consistent. How they have just put in a slower lap than Megasaurus 55. Oh, talk about a tango on tarmac. Joe Ergue is dancing closer and closer to Puppy Dog from Hell. You can feel the tension as they approach temptation.
This is what separates the good from the great. The ability to stay focused and perform under pressure.
Incredible. Joe Ergue is caught in a fierce battle, with breathing down their neck 0.1 seconds away, and Puppy Dog from Hell just ahead with a gap of 0.1 seconds. It's a test of their racing skills. Look at Puppy Dog from Hell trying to close that gap on Joe Ergue, kind of like me trying to get close to a decent Barbie back home.
Barbie? Oh, you mean a barbecue. Yeah, but over here it's like trying to catch the last slice of pizza at a Super Bowl party.
Struth, Puppy Dog from Hell's not here to muck about. The gap to Joe Ergue is dropping faster than a hot pie at the footy, now at 0.3 seconds.
This ain't Puppy Dog from Hell's first rodeo. They're optimizing their racing line, reducing understeer. If you ain't nervous, they sure ought to be.
I love being here at Calabogie Motorsports Park Full. What an awesome place to be witnessing these titans of the track battle it out.
Indeed, Rob, what a magnificent sight and sound. I love listening to the roar of these engines. Let's just listen for a moment.
Things are heating up as Puppy Dog from Hell tries to close the gap to Joe Ergue.
The tension between Puppy Dog from Hell and Ergue is palpable as they battle for P5. No doubt, both drivers know that one mistake could cost them the position. It's a test of nerves as much as skill.
Fair dinkum, Puppy Dog from Hell is getting a wriggle on. The gap to Joe Ergue is now down to a whisker at 0.2 seconds. Cricky, smells like we's got more ground to cover than I do at the family barbecue when Auntie Sharon's had one too many. Good luck, mate.
Look, smells like Wee's pace is a lot like my dance moves. Good intentions, questionable execution.
While Megasaurus 55 is not under immediate threat from Smells Like Wee, they still need to stay focused and avoid any errors. Any slip-up could cost them their position.
Reckon Smells Like Wee's starting to feel a bit like they're out in the outback. They can see the horizon, but it's a long way off. Good on ya, Megasaurus 55, for keeping that distance.
He's pulling away. Megasaurus 55 is increasing the gap to Smells Like Wee.
You hit the nail on the head, Rob. They've got to keep their eyes on the prize and not let ego steer them off the track.
It looks like Puppy Dog from Hell is pushing hard to catch up to Joe Ergue. The gap is over a second, but Puppy Dog from Hell is not giving up just yet. Can they close the distance and make a move on Joe Ergue?
Y'all remember the tortoise and the hare? Well, Puppy Dog from Hell's neither. More like a snail with commitment issues.
The gap between Puppy Dog from Hell and Joe Ergue is fading faster than the last rays of the outback sun. The track conditions are looking good here today. The drivers will be— oh no, what's this? Oof, Chris Ilduke misjudged that corner like I misjudged my last relationship. Too fast, too soon.
Racing at Calabogie Motorsports Park Full's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Today, Chris Ilduke got the lemon.
It's a game of cat and mouse out there, with Chris Ilduke trying to find the perfect opportunity to make a move on Rob Keane. The gap is over a second, but every fraction counts. Can Chris Ilduke close in enough to mount a challenge? Oh mate, smells like we's more out of place than a vegan at a Bunnings sausage sizzle. Time to throw another gear on the Barbie. It's not going to plan for Smells Like We. They are still behind Megasaurus 55 and the gap is increasing. I don't think they have an answer for this right now. As a former driver, Hal, how did you manage the physical demands of racing?
It's all about preparation, Rob. Drivers undergo rigorous fitness training to build their strength, stamina, and flexibility. A proper diet and hydration plan is also essential to ensure peak performance on race day.
Did you hear about the race car driver who got a parking ticket? He said it was fine with him.
Oh, that one's got some mileage.
It looks like Megasaurus 55 has found another gear in the last sector of the race.
You got this. Keep your cool.
And that, folks, is how it's done. A solid performance and great win from Megasaurus 55. Some might say that second place is the first loser, but Smells Like We certainly doesn't see it that way. They put in a phenomenal effort and should be proud of their impressive result.
Brilliant. Smells Like We showed great skill and determination to take second place.
What a race from Rob. They kept their cool and secured a well-earned third place on the podium.
Impressive driving to secure that spot.
Fourth sees Chris Ilduke. Followed by Joe Yu in fifth. Puppy Dog from Hell takes sixth. There's a little bit of wind in the air today here at Calabogie Motorsports Park Full, as we're getting ready to kick things off.
The drivers are looking focused out there on the grid. I'm excited for this one, Rob.
Puppy Dog from Hell will be feeling confident starting from pole position. Joe Yu will begin the race from the second spot on the starting grid. Lining up in third is Chris Ilduke. As the green flag drops, keep an eye on Rob Keane starting in fourth position.
Putting that radical state Route 3 into prime position for the race.
Our fifth place starter, Smells Like We, is poised to make a move towards the front. Sitting in sixth is Megasaurus 55. The green flag's up and the Sheilas and blokes are bolting. This is the real deal, Hal.
Staying out of the fray in these opening moments? That's half the battle. Push too hard too soon and you're just asking for trouble.
The drivers are jockeying for position. Puppy Dog from Hell will be looking to get off to a good start and consolidate their position.
There are a few drivers with a point to prove, and a few with some grudges to bear. Will we see a clean race today?
Having started in 5, Smells Like We will be looking to establish themselves in this race. These early salvos will shape the outcome of this race. It's brilliant to see such a full grid here today.
I am so excited at the prospects for this race. I can't wait to see the drama unfold.
You know, they say, steady as she goes, and that's exactly what Megasaurus 55's doing. Holding on to 6, maybe they've got a trick or two up their sleeve for later.
I'm really looking forward to seeing how this race unfolds.
The pressure is on whilst the field is bunched. Who can keep their cool and take advantage? Great driving from Puppy Dog from Hell, who has just gained a place and moved up to third.
Man, if racing was a barbecue, Puppy Dog from Hell just threw down the spiciest ribs. Up to third and sizzling.
No room for error here. Chris Ilduke is breathing down the neck of Puppy Dog from Hell, waiting for the perfect chance to make their move.
The only thing closer than Chris Ilduke to Puppy Dog from Hell right now is the paint on their cars. Talk about a close encounter.
Hold up a mo. Just like my hope in finding the one. Rob's direction seems a bit lost right now.
Well, butter my biscuit. Rob Keane's lost it like I lost my patience with that old carburetor of mine. A real test of character.
Boy, Chris Ilduke might want to chuck AUEY. With Megasaurus 55 that close, you'd think you owed them money. And between us, I know a bit about that.
You ever tail someone to a secret fishing spot? Feels like Megasaurus 55 sees Chris Ilduck as the catch of the day.
Oh, the pressure is on for Chris Ilduck. Trapped between Megasaurus 55 0.1 seconds away and Puppy Dog from Hell just ahead with a gap of 0.2 seconds, they must defend their position while seeking an opportunity to advance. Sorry to interrupt here, but, Struth, Puppy Dog from Hell's having a real dog's breakfast of a moment.
Feels like Puppy Dog from Hell's car turned into a stubborn mule for a second there at Calabogie Motorsports Park full.
Oh my, Chris Ilduck is hot on the tail of Joe Ergue. As they come into hook, I'm sure they may have a cheeky peek up the inside. What a move. Chris Ilduck has moved up to second. You reckon these drivers do any off-track training? Maybe a bit of kangaroo boxing?
Haha, if they do, sign me up. But I think most stick to wrestling with the steering wheel.
Struth, if Smells Like We gets any closer to Megasaurus 55, they'll be asking to share a meat pie. Watch them duel it out at What's Up. By crikey, Smells Like We, what have you been feeding that car? Must have been some of that premium kangaroo juice.
Well, slap me sideways and call me Sally. Smells like we just set the track alight with that lap.
Speaking of gambles, mate, what's your take on these mid-race fuel stop strategies? I reckon it's like deciding when to throw another shrimp on the barbie.
Timing is everything, like deciding when to pull out the moonshine at a family reunion. Wait too long, and you'll miss the party.
Smells Like We wants to get into Megasaurus 55 slipstream.
There is no room for error in this battle.
Now, that's what I'm talking about. Megasaurus 55 is proper nipping at Chris Ilduck's heels. Are they thinking of making a lunge? Only time will tell. Things are getting spicy as Smells Like We is breathing down Megasaurus 55's neck. The gap? Mate, you couldn't slide a credit card between them.
This battle between Smells Like We and Megasaurus 55 is so intense, you could cut the tension with a knife, or should I say, with a front wing.
Blimey, Smells Like We is dragging a bit, huh? If they were any slower, they'd be going back. Hold on a moment. Looks like Keen is coming into the pits early. Now is that to serve a penalty, or have they picked up some damage during the start? This is a thrilling moment in the race, with Chris Ilduck in third defending their position with everything they've got. But Smells Like We is relentless, and the gap is less than 0.1 seconds. It's anyone's position at this point.
Chris Ilduck needs to get the lead out Rob, otherwise their backside is going to look like the Japanese flag come the morning.
As they speed through Jills, Smells Like We is relentlessly pursuing Chris Ilduck in a high-stakes battle for position.
Well, bless my heart. Smells Like We is shadowing Chris Ilduck so closely, it's like they're hitched together. Keep an eye on them as they whip through Giles.
It seems like Smells Like We has got the bit between their teeth, improving on Chris Ilduck's lap time there. It's a tight race with Chris Ilduck in third, just managing to stay ahead of Smells Like We in fourth by a margin of 0.2 seconds.
This is a tight race and Chris Ilduck is doing a great job of—
Hold on a second, stone the crows. Joe Ergue's off in the bush again. Someone get them a map and compass. It's an intense battle for position as Smells Like We tries to outmaneuver Chris Ilduck. This is edge of your seat racing. Smells Like We's showing off some serious moves, making Chris Ilduck look like they're dancing with two left feet.
The question is now, can Chris Ilduck respond to that in kind? They're going to have to pick up the pace.
Fantastic racing on show here today, and it's not just the top drivers who are impressing us. Even the drivers at the back of the pack are putting up a good fight, battling it out for every position.
It's a testament to the level of competition at AssettoCorsaFriends. Even the smallest mistake can cost you valuable seconds, or even lead to a crash. But these drivers are up to the challenge, and they're giving it their all. It's clear that AssettoCorsaFriends really is the place to be for top quality racing.
Puppy Dog from Hell's drifting so far back, it's like looking in the mirror after a decade-long pub binge. Time's not been kind, mate. Puppy Dog from Hell's been working the tyre temps, and it's paying off. Grip's better than a kangaroo on a trampoline. Watch out, Joe Ergue. Hal, what's the impact of tyre degradation on race strategy? How does it affect a driver's approach to the race?
Tire degradation plays a crucial role in race strategy, Rob. Teams and drivers have to consider the optimal time to pit for fresh tires and adjust their race pace to balance speed with tire conservation. It adds another layer of complexity to the racing challenge.
As the laps wind down, the hunt intensifies. Smells Like We is lurking, ready to unleash an overtaking masterclass on Calabogie.
Who will be able to maintain their pace and come out on top?
Oi, Smells Like We's chassis balance is on point today. They're handling bumps and curbs smoother than a croc sliding into water. Calabogie got a battle ahead. Calabogie is in third and is being closely chased by Smells Like We, who is just 0.3 seconds behind. This is what racing is all about. Two fierce competitors pushing each other to the limit. Smells Like We is pushing really hard, but as we know, pushing too hard can lead to other mistakes, like locking up the brakes or missing a shift. These drivers are walking a tightrope between pushing the limits and making costly errors.
Absolutely. It's all about finding that sweet spot where you're pushing the car to its limits without crossing the line into reckless driving. That's where experience and skill come into play.
It's a classic case of chasing down the car ahead for Puppy Dog from Hell, who is currently in P6. But Joe Ergue is not making it easy, and the gap remains over a second. This will require some expert driving from Puppy Dog from Hell.
Just like my attempt at barbecue last summer, Puppy Dog from Hell's burning time but ain't getting any hotter.
It's a thrilling pursuit as Smells Like We is right behind Calabogie, keeping the pressure on for third place.
It's going to be a close one. Smells Like We will have to push hard to create an opportunity.
Bloody hell, Smells Like We's got to get the wind back in their sails. They're mucking about while Calabogie off having a barbie with the lead.
Can Smells Like We make a comeback?
Fantastic move from Smells Like We, who has just gained a position. Gee whiz, Puppy Dog from Hell is breathing down Joe Ergue's neck. Wouldn't want to be in Joe Ergue's rearview mirror right now, it's getting crowded.
It's a battle of nerves now. Who will make the first mistake? Puppy Dog from Hell or Ergue? This is high-stakes racing.
It's like David versus Goliath out there. Puppy Dog from Hell just slung a stone and gained ground, while Joe Ergue is left searching for footing. Hey, Hal, you've had your fair share of races with little action. How did you handle the situation back in your racing days?
Well, Rob, patience is key in such scenarios. You need to stay focused and be ready to seize any opportunity that comes your way. It's like a game of chess at 200 miles per hour.
The gap between Puppy Dog from Hell and Joe Ergue may be wide, but that doesn't mean Puppy Dog from Hell is safe. They have to keep their concentration and avoid any lapses in performance.
Surely they've got enough in the tank to pull away. Gonna be interesting to watch this battle unfold.
The crowd is on tender hooks as Calabogie in fourth chases after Smells Like We. The gap is just over a second, and you can feel the tension in the air. Can Chris Ilduke find a way to catch up? During your racing career, how did you determine when it was the right time to pit for fresh tires due to tire degradation?
It was a combination of factors, Rob. Monitoring lap times, communicating with the team about tire wear, and assessing the car's handling were all crucial in deciding when to make a pit stop for fresh tires.
You'd reckon Chris Ilduke was tracing the shadows of ancient Dreamtime stories with that sprawling distance ahead. It's a trek that rivals the tales of old bunyip chasers.
Feels like they're chasing moonshine dreams in broad daylight, doesn't it? But every now and then, the dream becomes real. Like the whispered legends told by the Smoky Mountains, this race still holds secrets. Every bend, every stretch could change the tale for Chris Ilduke.
Why did the race car go to school? To improve its track record.
And I thought it was to accelerate its learning. They certainly aren't going to be close enough to mount any kind of challenge soon unless it's down to a mistake from Puppy Dog from Hell.
Blimey, Chris Ilduke is farther back than my hair. Incident alert. Well, crikey. Chris Ilduke's taken a detour just like I did when I tried to change my car's oil. Ended up with a flooded garage.
Seems like Chris Ilduke's off-roading it. You know, like my attempts to adult. All over the place.
We've seen overtakes, close calls, and pure racing genius today. Currently, Chris Ilduke has carved out a spot at 4th.
They're not just driving, they're performing. And right now, Chris Ilduke's act from 4th is worth an encore.
With the asphalt burning beneath them, Keen's strategy seems to be working, placing them in 1st. Blimey, Rob just slipped up like a banana peel comedy, and Megasaurus 55's having the last chuckle here.
Feels like Rob hit a patch of Carolina clay while Megasaurus 55 found the highway.
As the laps tick by, Megasaurus 55 finds themselves in 1st. Every moment counts.
Yes, and in this high-octane opera, Megasaurus 55's voice resonates the loudest from that 1st.
Well, looky here, Rob Keen is closing in on Megasaurus 55. We're talking a gap of just 1.6 seconds. As the race settles down, the drivers are really going at it.
It's like watching a high-speed game of chess. One wrong move and it could be game over. But these drivers are masters of their craft, always thinking 3 steps ahead.
That's right. And with the way they're maneuvering those cars, it's like they have superpowers.
It's almost like they have the power of flight. But instead of flying, they're speeding down the track like rockets.
I wonder if they have any spare rocket boosters for sale. The pressure is on for Rob as they try to catch up to Megasaurus 55.
Y'all ever been to a Carolina hoedown? Cuz Rob's dancing with that car, looking to waltz right past Megasaurus 55.
Puppy Dog from Hell is placed 4th at the moment.
It's a dance, Rob. The way Puppy Dog from Hell holds onto that 4th, it's like they're leading in a tango.
A twist in our tale. Rob's slipping more than a bar of soap in a bath, now at 3rd.
It's a nuanced game, isn't it? Keen's position change might very well be a part of a broader strategy.
Megasaurus 55 has the pedal to the metal, chasing smells like weed.
Do they have the speed for a move? And more importantly, do they have the talent?
G'day viewers. If you're just tuning in, you've picked a ripper of a moment. Megasaurus 55 is in 2nd and they're tailgating the leader. This is edge of your seat stuff.
You bet, Rob. It's like the leader's got a drop bear in the rear view mirror, lurking, waiting for that perfect moment to drop. Megasaurus 55 is surely smelling opportunity here.
A solid performance from Puppy Dog from Hell, who is holding down fourth. Megasaurus 55's in an exciting position at second. They've been maintaining pace for a few laps now, and with the leader just within a whisper's distance, things are heating up.
Absolutely. I think you would say it's tighter than a kangaroo in a sleeping bag up there. But yeah, every little decision now is crucial. One slip from the leader and our champ in second might just steal that top spot.
As of now, Yu stands tall in the fifth spot. Duke is making ground on Yu quicker than a Roo in a paddock. Now, the gap's just 4.3 seconds.
This is where the pressure really starts to mount on Yu. They need to stay focused and not make any mistakes.
Huge shout out to the admins at AssettoCorsaFriends for making this all possible. Without their hard work and dedication, we wouldn't be able to witness this incredible event.
That's right, Rob, and the excitement is palpable. I can feel it in my circuits. I mean, this is the kind of race that people will be talking about in the bar. We're witnessing history in the making.
Oh, the chase is on. Megasaurus 55's breathing down the neck of Smells Like Weed. Fair dinkum. Megasaurus 55's finding those aerodynamic sweet spots. Could be adjusting that front wing angle to cut through the air like a hot knife through butter. This is where the true champions shine, and Smells, the leader, has done it. What an incredible performance from Smells Like We, who was simply untouchable today. This is a race that will go down in the history books. Impressive second place finish for Megasaurus 55. What a race from Rob, showing their skill and determination for a great third place finish.
Fantastic result.
Puppy Dog from Hell in fourth. With Yu in fifth. Coming in sixth we have Duke.